Hey guys, welcome back. Just wanted to pop in today and actually do a video for Father's Day, which may seem a little bit off topic, but when it comes down to it, my dad is the reason that this channel exists today. So I thought, why not talk about how he's the inspiration for the channel that you have here. Some of my very earliest gaming memories are of my dad, where I grew up. By the time I had any, consciousness at all, we had an Intellivision at home. And my dad would play that. I really enjoyed watching him. He'd play, AD&D Cloudy Mountain, and I would watch him play that for forever. It was so great to just kind of watch him taking down the spiders and getting the axe and the boat and finally getting there and defeating the dragon. And it just felt like, Dad is this amazing video game god because he can go and defeat this dragon that looks really and sounds really scary. um, so anyway, yeah, I don't get to see my dad as much as I'd like to. We live very far apart, but I do think about him often in the gameplay. I watched him play on PC. He had the Populous, and this was on my parents had a PC for their business that they ran. And he had Populous on there, and so he would play that. Now the kids, we weren't allowed to touch that system because it was for the business, and they were worried that we would ruin something. But I got to watch him play it, and I would watch him play that for hours too. It was really cool to see, how you could terraform, and then you could cause earthquakes and create knights, and then ultimately end the game by signaling Armageddon, and good and evil would fight it out to the death. And just really, really, I don't know. I love both of those games, Populous and Cloudy Mountain, so much. Then I got to the age where I could start playing with Dad. And of course, the earliest games we played together were on the Intellivision. Probably the first one I remember, we called Reversi. I see nowadays, and on the internet, it says you're supposed to say it's Reversi. I'm going to say Reversi because that's how we grew up calling it. So if that's grating to your ears, just know the way you say it is grating to mine. It's basically Othello. You just have the white and the black pieces, and you keep trying to flip the other person's until you win the game. It's just one of the very first games that I played with my dad. It's very simple, very easy to pick up, and we played that a lot. Snafu was another one where you're controlling the snakes, and you just try to keep going. The snake never disappears, so you're kind of leaving this trail, and you end up with smaller and smaller space, and the goal is to be the last snake running, who doesn't run into an obstacle. And we played that quite a bit too. But the two funnest games are still yet to come. One was Bump and Jump. You could alternate player one, player two on Bump and Jump, and just kind of take turns. That game is so much fun. It's an excellent port from the arcade to the Intellivision, and basically you're driving your car. Once you're up over a certain speed, you can jump over cars, over obstacles, over waterways, and the goal is to either don't smash any cars and you get the big bonus, or smash as many cars as you can and build up your score that way. But it's a really fun game, great gameplay, and it was always fun. That was a really cool one where once I was old enough, we could take turns playing, and it was an enjoyable experience. But nothing beat the real-time versus play of baseball. And we had World Championship Baseball, which did allow for you to play single player, which I did quite a bit later, and also two player. So I watched my dad, I start early years, I watched my dad playing baseball, and then later on tried to challenge him, and definitely did not do so well when I was a kid. But Nowadays, I think I can hold my own. I have so many great memories of both watching and playing in television baseball with my dad. And that game, just so incredible for its time. They included so many little things that, a baseball fan, they just really stand out, from the dust that flies up when you're sliding into home to, the umpire yelling, "You're out," to just being able to field it. You can bunt, you can get the home run, and you got the crowd cheering, and the field looks correct. It's such a great game, and a lot of fond memories of playing that with my dad. So, all that said, the years of watching my dad play games and then starting to play with him when I was old enough, and becoming competitive with him, as I've grown older, it's just kind of fostered that love for games, and especially for retro games, because I think back very fondly on those games from my youth, and still to this day, when we're out and about together and we find an arcade machine, especially if it's Galaga, we both play every Galaga game that we can find. And even if we're not together, we play around. You take that screenshot of your score and send it to the other guy, and just kind of let him know, hey, beat that one, buddy. And so that's kind of where we are with gaming. But I just want to let you know, it's kind of, I guess, just kind of pulling back the curtain a little bit to let you know why I run this channel, and a lot of it has to do with my dad. So anyway, I hope all of you fathers out there are having a happy Father's Day. If you're a son and you've still got your dad, give him a call. Thanks for stopping by the channel today, guys. Hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time. Take care.